Okay, I think the first few of these are from Josh Smith. He's a Stars and Stripes reporter. So this is taken from an Afghan uniform police checkpoint. We're going through in a village. So this is, you get to see what it's, all the mud. Those guys are getting shot at.
Wow.
These are strikers. This is, I think, Special Forces vehicle coming through.
So those roads like that were they built recently?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
This is our one and only asphalt road that was in our area.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just seeing the asphalt road as you back home is just kind of like everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
We get out of place here when we see a gravel road.
Yeah, or we're driving down an asphalt road and there's like a couple potholes in it.
Yeah, and we get mad and call our local government.
Exactly.
Okay, so this
is an Afghan uniform police soldier at their checkpoint.
Okay, that's the Afghan flag?
Yep, that's the Afghan flag.
Okay.
This is just looking at one of our towers from the fob. These are grape huts. That's where they put the grapes in there, and obviously they turn into raisins.
Okay.
Pretty rural area they were in. All this is all the mud.
It's one of the tractors that you spoke about. Okay, so it's a farming community. I guess we had that much rural area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you said there's still a Taliban presence there. So did they just pop up out of anywhere, or?
Well, obviously they don't have a uniform that they wear that you can distinguish them from the locals. So a lot of times they would embed themselves in with locals.
Wow.
Some of them are from here, but a lot of them move back and forth from Pakistan to Afghanistan. The fighting season begins around May, goes to about October.
Okay.
So a lot of them stay, but a lot of them go back to Pakistan during the wintertime to resupply, retrain, kind of like vacation.
So any of these guys in the picture could be?
They could be. Some of these guys definitely were, they might not have been Taliban themselves, but they were facilitators. You know, they had rooms that they could hide out in or help them out with money and stuff like that.
That's what we were told last few years, that it's a war that our soldiers are fighting like no other war, because it's not a guy in a uniform with a gun strapped to his back. He looks like a local.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of times the locals are recruited. They'll only do a few things and then, go back to not being, with Taliban anymore. So it's hard to track them down. So this is after 10 plus years of war. A lot of the villages look like this, abandoned compounds, stuff like that.
Wow.
So everything's made of
and
the mud there.
There's some lighter moments.
Yeah, that was my RTO.
Our soldiers photo bomb across
Yeah.
overseas. So. Alright, so it's a whole different world.
Pomegranate orchard there. Yeah, it's a completely different world.
How do the days, or do the daylight, do it last longer over there, or is it like a typical day over here in Millington?
It's for sunlight hours, it's typically, well, they don't have daylight savings time over there.
Okay.
But typically the sun is up, it's daylight just like over here.
Okay. Is it hot?
When I left, we left July 18th. It was summertime, obviously, and 125 degrees.
Okay.
It
was hot. It was
very hot.
We've been enjoying 85 and 86 here, so.
Yeah. Some mosques.
Okay.
Our paint, we didn't walk anywhere unless it was cleared by our IED or mine detecting equipment.
Okay. Now, is it true that they might even use to recruit children in the purpose?
Yeah, I actually watched a Taliban member, which you could tell he had his dress or his garb on, and he actually had a magazine carrying system underneath it, so he was obviously Taliban. He handed his weapon off to probably like a 10-year-old.
Wow.
The 10-year-old went and cached it in a little cache site. So we had some remote control equipment that they used over there to destroy the IEDs. Some real it's majority of my guys. And our explosive detective dog.
Okay. So we have some dogs fighting. I had a black lab, so they're dear to my heart, and they're very smart dogs.
They are very smart, very intelligent. This is we had platoon patrol base, we'd spend a few days at. Wasn't too bad on the inside. You know, we actually
Okay.
had mattresses.
Okay.
Those are some of the shops. That's what they look like.
Okay. Like you said, not too many structures over.
Yeah. And they're good with their hands. I mean, they built this by hand. You know?
Wow.
And AUP checkpoint. Did some medical civil operations over there.
Okay.
People came and get physicals.
Now we can see why they say brotherhood among soldiers. You know, y'all bond, y'all pretty much are together 24/7, and you know, protecting each other's lives. So, and we can kind of see that kinship in these photos here.
And most guys say, you know, they have brothers and sisters, but when they come back from a deployment and they go on leave, and they're with their brothers and sisters, they'd almost rather be back with the soldiers because we spend, you know, 24 hours a day for 9 months, you know, side by side. You can't beat that bond when it comes to, you know, another human.
Yeah, and most of the time with siblings, you know, we say we would die for each other.
Yeah.
Y'all literally get put on that test every single day. So I think it is a stronger bond after a while, and I would totally understand that.
Some reenlistments. We built 2 checkpoints when we were there. Some pretty bad areas.
Green grass.
Yes. It's actually a pretty fertile area. It's in between 2 rivers.
Okay.
It's a Taliban flag. Essentially, it was just a piece of clear trash bag cut into the shape of a flag. That's
It's kind of ironic.
yeah. It's inside of our talk. Strikers. This is more the Great Bros.
Sounds
The
like-
flowers. I think that's it.
Well, I appreciate you taking us through this photo tour of your tour.